Hello everyone, this is Tango, and today I've got something fairly interesting for you that, to my knowledge, hasn't been done before. What you're looking at is a fully automatic 100% AFKable tree farm that's going to bring in about 1,400 logs per hour. Now, what makes this design different is it does not require you to trap a wither. There are no explosions, nothing that's going to blow up your base if you build it wrong. Instead, it's going to rely on some of the new 1.9 features, specifically the new offhand feature. And with that, you're going to be planting the saplings and you're going to be chopping the trees down all by yourself while you are AFK. So let me show you how this thing works. I am up here at the top of the farm and I'm in survival. I'm going to jump into this block right here. The water stream is going to push me up against the bar. I'm going to fall down just in the perfect spot. I'm going to line my mouse just like this, and this would be the point where I go AFK now. I hold down both my left and my right mouse button and I start chopping both the tree below me and the leaf section of leaves adjacent to it. When I get to the bottom, I quickly plant the sapling, hop on a minecart, and it takes me all the way back up to repeat the entire process in the water stream, iron bar, chop the tree down, and again, that whole bottom section happens very quickly. It's plant a sapling, I get pushed off the block right here into a cart, and I'm up, and as I'm going back up, I don't break the cart, anything like that. So at this point, I can just hold down left and right mouse button. I'm not doing anything, I'm not moving anything, and the process continues. Alright, so let me explain a little bit more of the details of what's going on here and some of the specifics that allow this farm to work the way it works. So, as I mentioned, it's going to depend on the new offhand feature. So if you have saplings in your offhand and an axe in your primary hand, you can both plant saplings and chop trees down at the same time by holding down both the left and the right mouse button together. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So I got the machine turned off right now, but suppose, as I just showed, you were coming down here chopping trees. When you chop this last block here, okay, that's going to make the leaf crushing system activate, and it's also going to make this double piston extender activate, which is going to push you off that block into the pit to grab a minecart and send you on your way up the hill to the next loop. But before that can happen, okay, you're going to do this. All that's going to happen. But before you get pushed off, you're going to be positioned in such a specific way that's going to allow your offhand to plant the sapling. So if we were back here in the middle of the block and we were holding both down, the sapling would go down, but then your axe would just immediately break the sapling. So we're going to be in a way such that the sapling can go down, but the axe can't. And I can show you that because you can see the little difference in the hitbox there. It's quite a bit, actually. I don't know if you can see the detail, but we're going to be positioned like this right here. So we're going to be able to plant the sapling, but the axe can't hit the sapling because it's back there. So instead, it's going to try and break the dirt. But long before that can happen, the double piston extender is going to smack you in the face, push you off, and there's going to be a minecart there waiting for you. So it's all about the change in hitbox between the sapling and the dirt that makes all this possible, really. So once you're out of there, the minecart is going to send you on your way. Now over here, there's going to be an axe waiting for you. This is a little axe dispenser system, okay? You can just put some extra axes in here. It spits one out every time you come by, and it's going to hang on top of that hopper a little bit. So if your axe breaks as you're breaking a tree, no problem. You'll just punch your way through. That one tree will be a little bit slower, but as you come by here, you'll automatically pick up another axe. It'll go into your primary slot, and you'll be on your way. If you don't pick up the axe, it just loops right through again and cycles through for the next time. When you come up here now, you got a cactus minecart catcher thing. So you're going to ram your minecart into the cactus, and that's going to pop it out this dropper over here through the water stream, back down, and the minecart is going to loop all the way back into the original dispenser that it popped out of. So minecarts keep getting reused. In fact, you could probably just run this whole system with one minecart and you'd be fine. Now over here, when your minecart hits the cactus, you, because of the way these blocks are positioned, are going to pop out onto this block here, which is where we started the whole thing. And once the tree has grown, this trapdoor, the iron trapdoor, will be retracted. You'll be pushed up against the iron blocks and fall directly on top of the tree, as you saw in the previous clip, and the loop continues. So that whole loop takes not long at all, I guess maybe 10 or 15 seconds, but that's the process. So before you start any long AFK session, there's a few things you need to know about how to set this up. So first and foremost is how to set your inventory up, okay? You want to have your axe in your primary slot, and you want to have like half a stack or so of whatever sapling type you're using in your offhand. Then you want to fill up the majority of your slots with one log of the type that you're collecting, but also leave like 6 slots or so for that same sapling type. And the reason for that is if your axe breaks and you pick up a sapling, you don't want it to go into your first slot there. You want it to go into one of these overflow slots here. Otherwise, you won't be able to pick up another axe, and you know what's going to happen. But leave as much spots as you can for the logs, because as you're chopping trees, the majority of the logs are going to go into your inventory in this system. I should mention that the 3 types of wood supported are oak, birch, and jungle. Those are the 3 types. And one more thing is, some of you are probably wondering right now, is what about hunger, okay? If you're chopping trees for a long period of time, if you're going to have a really extended AFK session, you will start to get hungry, and eventually, if you're playing on the higher difficulties, you will starve. So the solution to that, if you really want to have a long AFK session, is to throw up a beacon with regen on it, and that'll solve your problems. In fact, if you're going to do that, go ahead and throw a haste on it too. Might as well. But that's going to be the solution. I did try for quite some time to find a way to get food to make you feed yourself while you're doing this, and there's just always reasons why it wasn't working. So I decided to forego that option, and unfortunately you're going to have to go with a regen beacon. But that is it. When you're ready to go, get your setup like this and hop into the water, and it will push you down into the stream and put you just in the right spot to begin AFKing. Now, to begin the AFK process, there's a couple things, there's a couple ways you could do it. The way I do it is to hit F3 and P first. That's going to toggle your game mode so that when you Alt-Tab out, it doesn't pause the game keeps running. Once you do that, you can go ahead and press your left mouse button and your right mouse button once you have your cursor in the right spot. And then hit F11, that's going to toggle between full screen mode. And as soon as you hit F11, just release your mouse buttons and the game will keep them down. Now, that doesn't work for everyone. Some people, they have to go a more primitive route, and which is totally fine. Just simply put a book on your mouse and hold both mouse keys down, or if even that's a problem, you can go into your options and rebind button 1 and button 2 down here to some keys that are on the keyboard, obviously, that are in a more friendly position to put a weight on or something, but pretty easy stuff, so just go ahead and do that. But as you come down here, just remember that the spot you want to look at is just below the tip of the next block, so like right there. All right, here we go. Let's get started building this thing. So you're going to need a 13 by 14 area to build this thing. That's 13 across widthwise and 14 deep. So the area I'm looking at right here, this edge, is the front. So find that center line right here and then go toward the back and come in and find the 7th block in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and put 2 blocks up like that with a dirt block on top of it. That's where all your trees are going to be growing. That's kind of the center point and the focal point of the whole entire farm. So this is the side view here, and front view, this is the front panel over here, looking at it just like this. Now from there, grab a dispenser pointing straight up like that, and a dropper right next to it pointing up. Take 3 more blocks right after that, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to take some powered rails now and go 1, 2, 3, 4 with a regular rail on top of it, just like that, and then come along this side and go ahead and power it. So again, dispenser first, then a dropper right there, and then 3 more blocks looking just like this. All right, next, coming out of the left side of your dispenser, you're going to take 3 hoppers and holding shift, send them all into that back dispenser right there. Take 2 blocks like that, and then 3 more blocks like that. So you got a little pattern that looks just like this. And then go ahead and block this one off a little bit like, can't do it, like that. And bring this one all the way around here. This is going to be the path where your minecarts come back and re-enter the system so that you can keep reusing them. This can be solid blocks here. I prefer to make it glass just so you can see a little bit more of what's going on, but those 2 can be solid if you want. And then just go ahead and take a top slab and put it right there. So again, that's going to stop the water coming in and send the items into the hopper stream into the dispenser right there. Now go ahead and swing around the backside again and just keep sending these blocks in just like that, and put 1 up right there and take a dispenser facing this way on top of the dirt. This is going to be the thing that's shooting all the bone meal like crazy, making your trees grow. Take some redstone and make a little L like that on top of the slab. Take another half slab and stick it right there next to the hopper as another top slab like that. Redstone dust on that, couple blocks here like this, and redstone, redstone, redstone. Take a comparator right there. Make sure to put that comparator on subtract. Come back 2 more, another block, and redstone on top of that. So just give you a little quick overview. This is going to be the system running the clock, obviously, that's going to have the dispenser firing all the bone meal, making the trees grow, like I said. Okay, now is actually a good time to go ahead and put the front wall on this thing. So leaving a space in the middle that lines up with this track here, come over here and do 4 blocks down like that. and then you're going to go up 3, but we're going to leave space for a lamp right there with a switch on it. This is going to turn the whole system on and off, so when you turn that on, that's going to make your bone meal go. You can hear it clicking over there already. Now over here on this side, you're going to come up 3 like that, and then skip 2, 3 up like that, and then go ahead and put in some chests here, stack them all up like this. This is going to be for any saplings or logs that you don't catch as you're gathering and using the system. Now keep in mind, most of the logs will go into your inventory as you're using the system, but a good portion of them will go in here, and some saplings as well. And then if you want, you can throw some item frames or whatever you want here, just kind of, this, over here is obviously your room, and you're free to decorate it in any way you want. And back in the middle again, now we're going to go ahead and take one block and place it right there with a lever on that side right there, and go ahead and turn that on. Now we're going to take some more blocks and go up 1 here like that, and 2 more just like that to run it in just flush so it looks just like this. And now we need some rails here, so go ahead and grab some powered rails, do 3 powered rails like that, grab a detector rail like this, put another block up like that, and then 2 regular rails up like that. So again, it goes around the corner, 3 powered rails, a detectored rail, and then 2 regular rails coming up with a little bump right on the end there. Okay, now it is time to lay down all the hoppers that are going to collect all the saplings that fall so that we can recollect those, and any of the stray logs that fall that you don't pick up yourself while you're using this farm. So, all right, first things first, we need to go ahead and put a hopper right into the side of that dropper. This is where our saplings are going to pop out of. And then from there, add 2 more hoppers straight down into those, okay? Now, on this side over here, we want to have a little like 4 section here. So put 1 there, and one of these, doesn't matter which one you put here, into there, so that all 4 of those are pointing into right there. On this side now, go ahead and put 1 there, another 1 there, and 1 right there. So what we've got here now is this stream here going into that guy right there, and all of these going into that guy there. These are going to be your primary sapling collection, which are going to go into that dropper, like I said, and that should supply you enough saplings to keep you going and keep you kind of above a zero-sum system so that you're getting more saplings than you're spending. Now, let's see, okay, we'll go over here first and take some hoppers off these chests like that, and then out, 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 out. So that right there is just a straight line, and these hoppers here, this is going to be your excess saplings and logs or whatever will go into this storage here. Again, you're going to be picking most of them up yourself. Okay, from there now, we want to add 2 more like that, and put this one into the side of that one, so that one is pointing right there, and then add a couple here like that, and a couple here like that. Again, so all of these are going down that line over there. And we're going to swing around the back here now. We're going to put 1 there into that guy, 2 more like that, leaving a space that's 2 behind the dirt. So I'm on the back side of the farm right here now. Okay, so again, all of these are swooping in, all of these are going to go all the way down here. And then these 2 guys are going to go over here into this guy here. So anything that falls here is going to be sapling recollected, and all of these guys are just going to be excess. Now, I will say if you have trouble where you're not getting enough saplings to keep up, then you can redirect some of these. Just redirect more of these guys into this one right over here. But I've had pretty good luck just with this setup right here. But again, if it's a problem, then you could just redirect everything if you want into this guy right here and nothing into the overflow chest if you really want to. That would be the extreme though. All right, next we are going to add the bone meal feed and just a little bit of the groundwork redstone that sits on top of these hoppers here. So coming into the back side, the opposite side, the way that dispenser is facing, you're going to take 3 hoppers and place them into each other. 1, 2, and 3. And then go ahead and just throw a double chest on top of that. This is your bone meal input, so however you want to do this is up to you. Honestly, a smart thing to do would be to build this farm right near a skeleton farm and feed the bones directly into like a little storage system here, so it just automatically fills up, so that as you're chopping trees, you're also refueling the bones from a nearby skeleton spawner, maybe, if you're so lucky. Just an idea, but simple enough. Just go ahead and do this, and you'll have to refuel the bones there manually, or the bone meal, I should say, manually. Now, a couple repeaters here. Into the way that the dispenser is facing now, put a couple repeaters, just like that, pointing in, and then a couple more like that. So they're all on single tick. Grab some redstone, and just go ahead and make a little L pattern, just like that. All right, a little more redstone in the back now. So coming off of that little redstone L you just made there, put a block right on the edge of it, just like that, so the dust is pointing into the block, and go ahead and slap a torch on the side of it, just like that. Now, coming up from the bottom, go ahead and make a little diagonal shape like that, and put some dust on both of those, just like so. Now, come over here, and we're going to need a top slab coming out like that, so that the dust can go up on top of it, like that. And come around here with the dust there, and a repeater right there facing that way. put that on maximum tick. Now, coming down below, we want this little block L-shaped pattern to come out like that, and more dust right there, or a block there, and a block there, dust there, and then over here, block up with dust on top of it. So again, it's like down a little pit there, and then we're going to come up just like this, 2 more blocks right there, and another one up like that, and then get some dust on that. So line comes in, goes down a little pit, and then comes up here, up the little 2 and over, and into the little hole right between the repeaters, or the hoppers, the hole in the hoppers that we had there. What we're actually doing here is making a pulse limiter. So go ahead and take a sticky piston and put it right on the side of that repeater pointing down, and then go ahead and obviously put a block right on top of that guy, and that's what stops the signal, which is what we're going to need next for the double piston extender that we're about to do. Okay, as mentioned, we're going to make a double piston extender now. The purpose of this is to push us off the dirt block. So right after we place the sapling down, we need to be pushed off so that we can go in the hole and right click on the cart to go around for another loop, and before we actually start digging the dirt away with our axe. So kind of important to get this done correctly here. So couple sticky pistons right there and there on top of the redstone, and put a block right there. That's the one that's going to actually push you off. Take a couple more blocks and go on the side of that redstone there, and then come out 2 more repeaters now there and there into the side of the 2 sticky pistons. Put this one here, the first one, on 2 ticks, and this one here on max ticks, just like that. Now coming off this dust that we had here, go up a block and over, and then just go ahead and run the dust there, there, and there, and we should be good now. So what we have now is, let me go ahead and put just a little temporary, well actually we'll just do it for real. We need a repeater right there and a lever right there. So go ahead and turn that on. And now what happens is, assuming that's a tree log, as soon as that tree log is broken, this double piston should push you off into the hole, as I mentioned. So you break it, boom, 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 boom. There you go. Everyone is happy. So a little run around here just so you can get one last look at how all this looks in case you missed something. Just make sure it is all correct. All right, moving on. Okay, a little bit more redstone on the ground floor here now. So come down to the bottom and place a block next to that dropper there. That's the one that's going to shoot out these saplings. We need to power that now. So a couple dust right there and a repeater into this block, which is going to make the minecarts actually pop out. So they're going to pretty much happen at the same time. A minecart's going to pop out and a sapling's going to pop out. So you're going to go into the cart and start going and immediately pick up a sapling and be on your way. A couple more dust here, now there and there, block there with a dust on top of it, and that will connect up over here to the torch we just did. So that power should turn on, and it should be looking like this. You get the idea? There we go. Moving on, most of the redstone down the bottom now is done and out of the way, so it's time for the pistons. We're going to start working on the leaf crushing system now. So what we need is 2 giant walls of non-sticky pistons, the regular pistons, okay? One on this side and one over here. So let me go ahead and just get this started here, and I'll explain like that, and there, and there, and there. And then go up there, 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 there. How many is that? Is that 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you need a 5 wide and 6 tall row of, like I said, regular pistons, okay? With a 2 block gap in between your hoppers and the bottom of that first sticky piston there, okay? And they should match up with your hopper area. So this 5 wide here is the area that the tree is going to grow in, again centered with the dirt block and everything. So there you go, and then go up 6 so that you're 6 tall total, and do the same thing over here on this side. Exactly the same thing, pretty much. 2 block gap, and is that a 2 block gap? It sure is. Okay. And there and there and there. I said there. All right, that's the 5 wide, and then go up 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then go ahead and fill those in so that you have 2 big 5x6 squares, or rectangles I guess they are, of pistons. Alright, your piston walls should be looking just like this now, mirroring each other, pointing into each other. It's time to switch to sticky pistons, because now we're going to do some huge double piston extender walls. So go ahead and grab your stickies like I said, and put the first one right there, okay? First one right on top of that double piston extender that we had before over there. And go up 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the top of that should line up with the top of your regular pistons. And from there, add another line right next to it, another 6, just like that. And then go ahead and double those all up. So 1, 2, there we go. Double them all up so that they're 2 deep. So you should have basically a little box of sticky pistons They'll look just like that. And then go ahead and add another set or a single one there, there, and there, okay? Now's probably a good time to mention that this leaf crusher is by no means optimal. It's going to leave some leaves that are not broken, but it's going to do the job. It's going to do the job. To make it a complete one would have been a lot more complicated, and quite honestly, I didn't think that's necessary because it will get you enough saplings to keep on going and to keep you auto AFK collecting trees, which is the important thing. Now, let's see. Switching over to this side now, we're going to basically do the same thing. So come up. I need to do some temp blocks here and just see. Let's see. I think it's like right there. I think that's right. Yes. Okay, so come up 2 blocks and then over 3, just like that. So your first outer sticky piston should be there. Again, just these are temp blocks here, just so you can see the spacing. And then make a 2 high wall of 6, just like this. 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, double check, make sure they're even up with the top of the regular pistons there. And then as the other one there, go ahead and double this up, just like this. And add another side row there, there, and there of just singles, just like that. So they should be kind of opposites of each other. This one, always double on the extra on the right-hand side. So the center is going to line up there, extra row on the right-hand side, and the little random ones on the side there. And again, this side, extra row on the right, little random ones on this side here. I do also want to say that I mostly copied quite a bit of this pulse extender, or this leaf crushing system from Mumbo Jumbo, from one of his very old tree farms. So if it looks familiar to some of you old schoolers, that's why I did mostly take some of his design here. So credit to him as always. Thanks Mumbo, because you're amazing, and this saved me quite a bit of time. And go ahead and add some blocks on the front of all of this sticky piston so that it looks just like this on both sides. I should have mentioned that last clip. So all the sticky pistons that were basically exposed, just go ahead and cover them all up with regular blocks. Now, we're going to need to start the powering of these side regular piston panels. So you got a wall of pistons back here. We need to power them. So starting on the second row up from the bottom, go ahead and add a line like that. And now skip a row, add another line like that. Again, just going even with the length of the wall here. So the top one should end up even with it. And then go ahead and add a torch on all of those blocks that you just placed. So you should be looking like this. And all of your, if you go inside, then all of your pistons should be extended there. You should have a wall of perfectly extended sticky pistons, just like that. And then go ahead and do the same thing on the other side over here. All right, we are doing good here. It's time to power up the double piston extender walls that we've made here. So starting from the front here, go ahead and go to the right side of this section here and go ahead and place blocks in that little groove there, and then another set right out in front just like that. And then just keep repeating that process 3 times in the little side and then out front just like that. Take all of these now and go out one more. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and grab your repeaters now and do them there and there. There, and there. And now, what you want to do is do the ones that are outside of the farm on 2 ticks, and the ones that are closer to the inside of the farm on 4 ticks, maximum tick there. So there you go, there, and then grab some dust now and just do it on the 4 little blocks left over here for all of those, just like that. Okay, flip on over to the other side of the double piston block there, and we're going to do mostly the same thing with a few minor changes. So starting at the top, do 3 blocks across, 3 blocks across, and 3 blocks across, just like that, skipping blocks in between, and then just poke out one like that and do 3 more there, 3 more there, and 3 more there. And again, you should have basically just like solid holes all the way through, so you're looking just like this. Go ahead and grab your repeaters now, put them there and there, there, and there. And again, just like before, the ones that were closest to the inside get the maximum tick, so max, 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 and the ones that are on the outside get just 2 ticks, just like that. So 4 ticks, 2 ticks, 4 ticks, 2 ticks. A couple blocks there, and there. Now, instead of doing this and just connecting like we did before, we can't do that because it's going to interfere with these torches over here. So instead, we're going to grab some slabs and just do like little top slabs like that, and then run the dust across just like that. So it's mostly the same. We're just going to duck down a little bit to not interfere with that torch. Again, same thing down here, like that and like that. And then go ahead and run your redstone there, sneak one back in there, and back there. So you're looking like this, all up and down the side. Now go ahead and repeat this exact design over on the back side over here, okay? Again, on this side right here is going to look like what we did the first time over there, and then on the back side over here is going to look like the opposite corner over there. So basically just flip it and mirror it across over here, and you should be good to go. Oh, that awkward moment when you realize You haven't had game sounds for the first half of your tutorial, for more than half the tutorial. Yeah, good job, Tango. Good job. All right then, so we got most of the kind of inner guts of the double piston extender walls wired up. Now all we need to do is actually connect them all to make them actually fire when this signal here turns on. And at the same time, when you remove that last block, that's when we also want to start the process of crushing all the leaves. So from the backside now, come over a block there, go up a block like that, and then up another block over there so that you're underneath that one right there. And then grab some torches and put one there and one there. We need to put some dust there to power into that bottom one, a little like kind of alternating torch signal there. And another block there and a slab there, and then go ahead and dust both of those. That's the beginning of the signal that we're going to use to connect everything together. I'm going to kind of take this in small little pieces here because it can be a little awkward doing this part. Okay, from that slab that you just placed there, place a block right next to it, a couple of top slabs, and then another block just like that, and put a repeater on that slab there, leave it on the default ticks. Take a couple blocks down here, just like that, and then come up 2 blocks over like that, one like that, another one there, and another one there, okay? So you got this like little stair step going down there. Go ahead and take dust now and connect all that over, and then into this guy right here, we want to put a torch underneath that guy right there, okay? So he's going to power these both these strips here. So now's a good time, actually, I should have mentioned this before, to go ahead and put all the dust on all these guys, all right? Just like that, and then all along the top. You're going to need to do it on the other side over there as well, too. All right, so we're going to add another dust there. So this is an extra block that kind of sticks out past the piston wall here. So this torch is powering this line, and this torch is obviously powering this line. We just need to power the top line now, so add a slab there, and then a slab right there, another top slab, and they just kind of dust it up there, and that'll make the whole line go down. So at this point, you should have your piston walls retracted all the way, and all your torches should be off, and you should be looking just like this. Oh, wait. Little section we forgot here. Got to do a slab there, and like that. So it would power up this little stair step up here to get these double piston extenders as well. So power comes along, almost no delay there, power over, and this gets the whole wall there, and then it also powers up into the double piston extenders up there. All right, so from the backside, we have powered the whole side over there and all this right here. So now we got to send power and do this side back here. So from the line of slabs there with the repeater, go ahead and take a slab and put it right there so it pops up. Solid block right there, and we want to get a slab there, and then right, oh, that was the worst placement ever, right there. Okay, I'll show you all this in a second. So dust all that like that. So we have slab, full block there, and then a little stair step slabs up there just to get the power up to the top up there. Now from there, from this block here, come down on an angle, so it goes down one like that, and then around a little corner like this, and then dust all that. Then go up a block, put a torch right on top of it, and then block there, is that right? No, block there. Yes, much better. And do dust, and again, dust all down these lines like I said before. So we need all this here, all this here, all this here. All right, so that's going to power down there. It's going to power up and in there. The line's going to go up here and power that. And then this line over here is going to toggle the torches just right. So the only thing we need left now is that, and then one of these guys like that. And then run your dust up there to get the top row as well. And again, you should have all your pistons retracted, and you should be looking good. Now might be a good time, by the way, to test. So come down inside here and place a block, and obviously lower your head so you don't get smashed in the face. When you break this block, the side walls should both extend, and then this back wall here should double piston extend. It should look something just like this. There you go. All right, so we're looking good so far. So now we need to do is just get this last piece hooked up in the front. And this front left side was actually a lot easier than I remembered, so go ahead and just place a couple solid blocks there, and then we're going to just slab staircase up to the top. So one there, one there, I said one there, and one there, and, up there, and like that. Again, I know it looks complicated the way I'm placing them, but it's just do it so that the redstone can go all the way up to the top, just like that. So from the side here, good side view to see how it's working. Power comes over, stairs up, and each one powers into the side of the double piston extender. Combobulators there, whatever you want to call them. Excellent, excellent. All right, the painful part of the leaf crushing system is done. So only a few more little bits to go here, and we're actually ready to test this thing out. So what we need to do is complete the minecart circuit and take us back up to the top now. So from where we left off here, grab some blocks and go over one more, and then start stair stepping, just like this. So one over from the corner, and then start the angles up like this, and then just keep on going all the way up like this, like this, and keep on going until you can learn to place blocks. All right, keep going until the last block is even with the top, so it's kind of like, I guess, one above the top redstone, just like that. All right, and then go ahead and take powered rails and go ahead and start putting them all the way up here, and the line should power itself up until you don't need them right on the top here. So just like that, because that's where it's going to go around the corner. So you should be looking like that. Okay, now that I had you put in the rail line up, I actually need you to tear a little bit of it out because we need to put in the axe dispenser system. This is going to be the thing that every time you go through, it tries to throw an axe in your face in case your axe breaks so that you can keep on going. And if you don't take the axe, it'll just loop back through and prepare it for next time. So you can have a nice little dispenser full of them here. So what you need to do is on this block right here, the second one up on the angle, go ahead and take a dropper and point it straight up. Go ahead and break that block. Go ahead and get your stuff back and everything. Break this block. Get your bits back like that. All right, take a hopper and put it in there and take another dropper and have it coming out of that dropper back over. So you have like a little loop here. Hopper into this dropper, dropper up, and this dropper out and over onto this guy here, okay? Now from there, you can actually take your power line and just go ahead and run it again so everything repowers itself nice and neat. Swing on the inside here and take some blocks now and do like two up like that, one over like that, and one right there. And then take some dust and from the detector rail, have it come over on all of those like that, and then take another block and put it right on top of that one so that it clips that line. So you should be looking like this. Over, that power is going to come in and lock the hopper. At the same time, it's going to power this dropper here, which is going to shoot the axe out, but because the hopper is locked for a little bit, you're going to have a chance to drive over it before the hopper sucks it up. And if you don't pick it up when this detector rail unpowers, it'll then cycle right back through the system and go back into this dropper for the next loop around. So there you go. Now at this point, you're probably scratching your head wondering how this is actually going to work, and that's because I forgot to tell you to add the glass. So go ahead and add glass around, all around this piece of track right here. So a little bit on the side, a little bit on the front, and some on the top, all right? And that's going to keep the axe enclosed in there, so it's going to shoot out and just sit right on top of that hopper. But because it's glass, you can obviously drive right through and optionally pick up the axe, and if you don't, it'll loop back around for the next time. All right, moving up to the top now, we need to continue our minecart rail and kind of hook it around and drop you off with a cactus system that's going to drop you off right in the correct location so that you can start another loop of tree chopping. So, from where we left off last time with the cart here, come over one more and then up and up. So up two after that, just like that. And then come over a one and two more and start coming this way, just like this. And let's see, right there is how you want to end it. So you want to end it with two blocks that are lower than the rest of the line, and there should be a one block gap there, and it should be straddling kind of right where the edge of your growth area is, just like that. Now you need to go ahead and power this as expected, so go ahead and add some powered rails up here. Now obviously, you know, I prefer powered rails all over the place, but if you're trying to spare on resources, then by all means you can do so. And we need a detector rail right in there, okay? And then go ahead and power all of your powered lines wherever you see fit. Just be careful not to bud power. That's probably a bad one right there, actually. Be careful not to bud power any pistons or power any extra lines or anything like that, but we should be good here. This is going to come up here and loop around, and there we go. All right, at this point, we've got our minecart coming up, looping around, and now we need to pop the player out so that they can go back down and do another round of choppy choppy. So we're going to do one of the cactus minecart picker-upper things. So go ahead and put a sand on there, cactus, and a string on top of it, just like that. And grab a dropper and put it right there, sticking out one block off, and then take the hopper and shift-click it into the side. So the minecart will come along here, hit the cactus, go into the hopper, and immediately get put into the dropper here. So at this point, we need to go ahead and just power this guy. And let's see. Okay, this guy here is going to need to move because something else is going to go there. So I'm shifting that guy over one there. and we're going to go ahead and take repeaters and do 3 repeaters down here all on max tick and get some dust right there next to the detector rail. So that's going to power that and then send a little delay down here, and then there'll be plenty of time for the minecart to go into the hopper and get into the dropper. So let's go ahead and double check that, make sure that's going to work. No, you. Put that there and give it a little tap and pop. There you go. Perfect. Okay. See you later, buddy. All right, moving on. All right, back over on this side now, we need to do the little area where the player is going to land, get pushed a little bit into an iron bar, and then fall down on top of the tree, ready to start another round of chopping. So let's go ahead and add a couple blocks here, and then build this out a little bit like this, because there's going to be water in there. And then come down a block there with an iron trap door on the top half of that. The water's going to come across here and then kind of go over the iron trap door there. Full block over there. Let's get a slab and put it right there. And another full block there. All right, there we go. Now we need some iron bars. Let's grab those, and they're going to start there, and they're going to go down 4 total. So 2 or 3 and 4, okay? And the bottom bar here that you just added should be in line with the top row of pistons on your leaf crushing system. And the reason that goes down so far, it may look awkward, but the reason that goes down so far is because that's what's used to kind of stop some of the oak trees from growing bigger and getting those extensive logs that pop out and all that garbage that we don't want. So there we go. That's going to pop the player off over in this side right here and into this guy, which eventually we're going to have a, this is going to be redstone powered here. So this is only going to open up when the tree is actually grown. Otherwise, this will be closed. That way, if for some reason the bone meal doesn't grow the tree, then this will stay closed and you won't fall down and splat. But there is one more thing we need over here. We need another little wall right here to prevent the player from coming out of the cart and landing right here. So those do a little 2x2 and then slabs up top there. And that's going to make it so that when the player's looking for a place to go after they're ejected from the minecart, they'll always fall right there. So let's go ahead and make sure that's going to work here. Slide on down and pop. Perfect. Okay, and then they'll fall down over there. So at this point, you can go ahead and add some water to this right here. And it should flow down, just one right there, and then stop. So we're looking good. At this point, you'll come down, hop in the water, and then when the tree is grown, this guy will pop down, and you'll be able to float right down along the iron bar there on top of the tree in the perfect spot. Okay, now we need to do something with the mine carts that are spitting out of this dropper here. We need to get them back down to that block right down there so that they can recycle back through the system, because obviously we don't want to be creating mine carts all the time here. So pretty straightforward. Go ahead and place some blocks over, and then one more like that. Nope, right there. Yep, so it'll line up just perfectly there. You can place some blocks coming around the edge like this. And then if you want, glass is okay here, just so you can kind of see what's going on. That's what I kind of prefer. Definitely get some up on top there like that, though, so that the items don't land up on top there, because that'll happen occasionally. So yeah, they're going to pop out of there, flow around here, and then fall off into that pit right there. So let's go ahead and open up that hole there just a little bit. And at this point, you want to kind of carry this glass column all the way down, and it should fit snugly into all the rest of this stuff here, right up on top of that rail there. And then same goes for right here. Just carry this all the way up, right to there. And that's because the items or the minecarts that come by are going to be along this edge, and you don't want them to fall outside. You want them to stay right aligned, nice and neat. This side over here is not necessary to carry this down. You can if you really want to, but it's not necessary because the water's got nowhere to go. It's going to just fall into that hole down there. So we got everything in here. So let's go ahead and add the water, and it should be good. So right there. Water flows down into the hole and then loops right around perfectly. So the minecart will come down, get pushed around this little track here, and then right up against that slab that we placed a while ago into the hopper, which will lead them back into the dispenser to be reused. So looking good, looking good. All right, at this point, we need to add the tree detection line. So when a tree is grown, we need to open up this iron trapdoor here to let the player through, all right? So to do this, we kind of already have the beginnings of it set. You can see we got this permanent power line here. When a block is there, it's going to power this line here. So we want to put some dust right there and then come up and make a little corner like that and then go over so that this line here is 5 blocks long, just like that. From there, now we're going to go up 3 diagonals like that, and then we're going to start stair-stepping with some slabs now. So some of that, another one here, another one here, We can do one right here like that. And then from here, we can, well, let's see, over here, we want to get a torch right there. Okay, so that's going to power that gate, all right, to leave it open. And then this right here is going to go over, over, over. And then this guy can go just like that. All right. So we want to put a torch right on top of there to invert the signal. All right, now let's just wire it all up. So from there, dust all the way up here. We're going to need a repeater here to refresh the signal. Up, 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 up the stairs, up the stairs, up the stairs, into that. We're just going to invert it back down to there and put it on top of that guy there. So we're looking good here. I do know now that that is going to bud power that one piston here. Quite honestly, I tried to find a better way to wire this up without having the water spill all over the place and didn't come up with one, but it's really not going to matter. It doesn't affect the tree growth at all or anything, but I just want to let you know I am aware of it. All right, so this should be good here. I just want to double check now. We'll pretend that, well, that's the tree, we'll say, so the gate should be open. Yes, so I want to kill the tree now. We're going to see all kinds of craziness happen. Ram, there goes our cart. All right, and the gap should be closed here. There's the cart. Nice. All right, it's starting to work. It's starting to work. Perfect. Looking good. Looking good. All right, we are just about done here. Just a few little odds and ends. The farm is technically working and everything at this point. But a couple things I want to mention that I did forget. I want to get some glass in right here to kind of keep, and one there, and can't close that one up, of course, but something like this right here. This will keep the items that shoot out of there in that area so that you're guaranteed to get them, and use glass so that you don't suffocate and stuff like that, but good enough to keep the saplings in there. And then at this point, you're free to open up the front here and do whatever you really want. Like personally, I like something like a little green carpet along the top here, something like that, and then maybe come like a full block there, carpet, and then you can do, you know, whatever you want down here. You can do yeah, you could even do full blocks there, and then you probably want to get like stairs coming up, maybe something like this, something like that going up, and then you can do some slabs right there and there. All right, and then you can also just, you know, solid this all the way up here, up like this, to give it a nice little front face here. Again, a lot of this is just to your flavor, whatever you really like to do. Maybe get some stairs in there somewhere, like something like this would work good, I think. Nope, nope. Oh, breaking everything. Breaking redstone. Get back there. All right, that, and then that. You get the idea here. You know, I would probably like take this up here, cover that up like that, and then this one can go up like that. And more stairs there, only if they were going the right way. You get the idea. Something like that, maybe. And then you can put like some glass on top of these slabs here to kind of carry it in. You do need to be careful, though, of a couple things here. You want to be careful that you're not going to suffocate the player on a solid block when they go through here. The stairs and the slabs won't do that. And just make sure it's a safe route. Obviously, test it and stuff afterwards. Other than that, you can put some carpet down in here. I kind of like that, just to give it the green, naturey kind of look in there. Obviously, the places that don't have redstone, you can do it. You can't do it on there. And then at this point, you can just kind of, you know, I would enclose all of this, actually, just because, you know, you want to keep the saplings and stuff in here and not shooting off the sides. Some of them are still going to. It's kind of, you know, it's just going to happen. And obviously, you can't do all the spots in here, but you can do quite a bit. So keep doing this, glass up on top of those. Here you can do like that. That's pretty much it, but you got a good encasement here. You probably want to do over here too. Well, not the opening. Do something like that there, and then you'll probably need another slab. Actually, just do glass there. Carpet. There you go. It's looking good from the outside, I think. I think that's a pretty decent front. Obviously, you'd build a ceiling up there and stuff like that, and the floor would obviously be, you know, like right along here, like that, and you just walk right in and up. All right, so what we need to do now is fill everything up. I want to put some bone meal in my chest there, which will fill up. This guy already got a little bit in there. I want to put some axes in this guy over here. So, you know, if you're going to be using iron axes because they're cheap and stuff and you're just not going to care, you might want to think of some way to get another, you know, another double chest to funnel into here. But if you're going to use diamond axes, you're probably going to be fine for a full night of AFK. What else? What else am I forgetting here? I think that's about it. Let's give it a shot. And a couple more little bits, just thought of them, I keep forgetting. Inside here, you want to get some glass there and there. Definitely on top of that hopper there, because you don't want to get saplings and logs inside your bone meal stream. So that'll keep that protected so you only have bone meal that you're shooting out there. The next general thing is spawn proofing this thing, because you're going to be going in, out here and looping around and going up. You know, if you get a skeleton that spawns up here, or even worse, a creeper, you know what's going to happen. So I would recommend doing a pretty comprehensive pass on this and spawn proofing everything as best you can. You know, maybe you can you know, put some lanterns in the bottom of all this stuff here or something like that. You know, I'm just kind of winging this right here, but you get the idea. Something like this to kind of keep everything spawn proof in here, and then all up along the top and the back and everything. I would go pretty crazy with slabs. You know, just slab everything that's spawnable like this, you know, all this stuff, just to kind of make everything safe. You know, on top of all your pistons, up on top of this right here, on top of your redstone, like that. Just as you're doing it, just be super careful that you don't clip something, but generally you're going to want to give a good pass all the way around. You know, you can do all tops of this so nothing spawns up there. You know, everywhere. Just give it all a good once over, just because you don't want things spawning up here. And one more little bit that I forgot, but is very, very important, is after you kind of top slab this to kind of make it spawn proof, add one more right there. Okay, now the reason for this little slab here is as you're coming up, you're facing backwards up this thing, you go to take the turn, bam, your cursor's right there, and you're going to knock out that redstone every time, and you're going to be very sad. So go ahead and put a slab there, and there's no way that you can break through that slab in the brief second that you're going up there. So that will keep everything intact. Otherwise, these top lines would get depowered, and your leaf crusher would just break. So just want to make sure you get that one little extra block there. All right, we are all set here. I want to go ahead and give this thing a test, make sure everything is working as it should. So go ahead and turn the system on, hop up inside here, plant a tree. You can see I got my inventory is set up appropriately with a few slots for saplings and a whole bunch for logs, and my axe in my primary slot, and with, you know, half a stack or so of saplings in my offhand. I'm going to go ahead and go around out to the top again. You know, you might come up your ladder or whatever it is, however you want to do that, and go into game mode 0 and hop in, and it will push me right to the right spot. And at this point I can hold left click and right click, point right before the crease, right before the next block, like right there, and just hold both buttons down, and here we go. See how this thing turns out. See if I missed anything. Should be fine, should be fine. Place the sapling, get in the cart. Don't pick up the axe, even though it was offered, and back in the water stream, against the bar, drop down, and repeat the process. Whole thing takes like, what seems like maybe 10 seconds, maybe more? I don't know, it's hard to say. All right, looks like it is looking great. Love it, love this thing. All right, guys, that's going to do it then for today. If you have any questions about how this thing works, how to build it, or just want to leave some general feedback, I would definitely appreciate it. I'll do my best to get back to you as always. And until next time, this is Tango. See you guys later.